Hi, I'm Chelsea Coriel. I'm the owner of First and Main Design Market here in Bothell, Washington. I am so excited to share this amazing project that we've been working on in Seattle. This has been a dream client of ours to work with. This client works nearby at UW Bothell. She's a professor, and she just stumbled upon our store, and we learned that she has this amazing house on Lake Washington. It is so spectacular. It was built with such care and true craftsmen and artisans. So we knew that it needed some special attention, that it really was going to be this huge transformation. And the quality had to be there. The attention to detail had to be there. We really needed to put all hands on deck. The whole team sort of worked on this. Ebony, as the lead designer and architect, she took the reins, and we all sort of helped the project along the way because this was huge. So this house was originally built in 1994 for a well-established family who was a little more mature and had grandchildren. So with the new family moving in, completely different stage of their life. They have young kids, two beautiful little children. It needed to be something a little fresher, a little updated. And even the way they entertained was different. It wasn't having the entire family over. It's their more intimate gatherings. And then, every once in a while they'd have some big parties. But you could tell this house was designed for entertaining. The pantry alone, I have storage envy. The pantry's bigger than most people's kitchens. It had built-in storage for the leaves for the table. It had beautiful felt line cabinets for all the silver. I mean, it was really just, it's something you don't see much anymore. We always tease that their pantry looked like Downton Abbey. But again, it's that attention to detail, that craftsmanship, the quality. We really wanted to treasure that and to just emphasize things and brighten things up and to change that look, to get it to today's style and with their lifestyle in mind. We knew with this client that she loved traditional, classic look. She liked white Carrara marble. She liked brass and gold accents, cream cabinets, really that, if you can imagine, close your eyes and imagine a true traditional classic house. And as we were starting, she also liked a lot of neutrals and some warm browns, and that's where we started. But as we got to know her, as her personality started to come out, which she has the best personality, we saw a fun side to her. We saw that it was okay to add some splashes of color, that she wanted some whimsy. She had some items from her grandmother that really made her smile when she talked about them, but they were fun. They were whimsical. They had these bold colors. We thought, all right, we have the foundation set with the neutrals. We have that foundation layer with browns and creams and whites. But now we get to add some splashes of color, something that really just expressed their young family and their two growing kids. The first phase of this project, which is still ongoing, so you guys will get to see all of the different phases. But the first one, the client really wanted to focus on the kitchen, right? It's the gathering place for the family. It's the heart of the home, especially when you have young kids. The only problem was this kitchen seemed a little, I want to say dated because it was true classic, but it had a huge ventilation system for this massive stove. And she wasn't really going to cook like that. She's not cooking for 30 people on a regular basis. So it needed to feel a little bit brought down, a little homier, something for a small family of four. But we knew that's the first place we wanted to start. Attached to this kitchen is this great little family room. And it had a fireplace that was set asymmetrically. The firebox was slightly off from where the wood storage was. There were cabinets up above that was probably designed when televisions were bigger and deeper. We don't have that now. The bookcases that were flanking the fireplace, it really just didn't fit their lifestyle now. They wanted to put the television on the right-hand side, put fewer shelves on the left, but make that open shelving where we could display pictures and some accessories. But the fireplace itself would be now a focal point. For the layout of the kitchen, we kept it pretty much the same way it was. It's the same footprint. We didn't really have to change anything like that. But again, she wasn't entertaining. She wasn't cooking for 30 people, so we didn't need that giant stove in the middle. We wanted to put the stove on the back wall and remove that entire wall of upper cabinets. Trust me, with her pantry alone, she didn't need that kind of storage. And we wanted that to be a showstopper. That was a beautiful focal point. You know, the whole back wall was now going to be an empty canvas. We ended up adding windows to the either side of the stove. We designed this gorgeous brass and chrome hood to go above the cooktop. We added the Carrara marble countertops, flow all the way up the wall, all the way to the ceiling. It added glam. It added, you know, that touch of elegance that this house deserved. But it was definitely, it's more on trend for the look, right? And it still gave her that beautiful open concept kitchen. On the opposite wall, we decided to, again, take out some of the upper cabinets and create a coffee bar, right? That's the hub in the morning. You get the grown-ups making their coffee. We put a little snack rack where the kids, we could have their cereal and granola bars and things they could just grab. It's the first thing you see when you walk into the kitchen from the bedrooms. That's the place they're going to start their morning. Now, this space had a great little eating nook, and the client already had a beautiful tulip table. Again, kind of where we started to see a little bit of her fun side come out. But how do we use that space for her family? So we decided, let's do a built-in banquette. We found a picture that we liked. The architectural style matched the cabinets and the architecture of the house. We had the contractor build out this beautiful banquette with curved openings at the bottom so we get some airflow. We did have a vent under there. And then we had these cushions made. The colors, turquoise and blue and yellow, fun, sunny colors. Remember, she is on Lake Washington. And this is the room where the kids are coming in and out from the lake and from their pool. They're running into the stores, coming into the kitchen. We wanted something, that was going to be easy to care for. So all the fabrics were Sombrella and Krypton. We knew that it was going to be a place they'd have their friends over and you'd get wet kids. And so it had to be rough and tough and able to withstand, young boys. But then it had to be fun and delicate and a place you could hang out with the girls. And I think we did a beautiful job at marrying those two styles, two different lives in one eating area. Now, the biggest challenge that we had doing this whole project, I think, Ava will agree with me, I'm sure. There's a long hallway that goes out to the garage. It also goes to the back entrance where the family comes in. And to school, they come in. It's where they drop their backpacks and their shoes. That's where the dogs live when they come in from their walk. And it's this really long, narrow hallway. But we wanted it to be special. The client wanted it to have some, not surprise, but some interest, right? We didn't want to forget about this hallway. So we chose classic light fixtures that mimicked her foyer pendant. And then at the end, where the entrance is, we did a really cool marble pattern inset into the floor. We tied different colors from the laundry room, the dog room, the bathroom up there. And we created this really cool focal point when you first walk in to the house. She said usually that's where her, mom and dad come in, and when friends are over, they come in through that entrance. So we didn't want to neglect that entryway, even though it's not the main entryway of the house. So I think we did a great job mixing the Carrara marble, mixing gray, mixing travertine, and then where it was really important to make it durable, the laundry room, the dog room, we added the field tiles as just a solid gray long, 12 by 24. I think it really, it helps tie the two spaces together. The laundry room had a few changes. We had a few edits. We had originally designed it to have cabinets uppers on the right-hand side above the washer and dryer with lowers and a countertop, and the deep sink on the left with some other storage and like a pantry. But then she went on vacation and she went to, I think it was an Airbnb or was someplace that had 2 washers and 2 dryers. And she thought with her hectic lifestyle and 2 growing kids, that was the way to go. All right, quick, we pivot. We took out the uppers. We created a countertop out of her career that went across the top of all 4 machines. And then we made the other side of the room a little more practical. We've got a bar that's going to be hung so that she can hang her delicates when she's hanging them to dry, right over the deep sink. It just worked better for the family, and it gave us more room to decorate. So now we've got some great art for putting up on that wall, and it was another area we could put some baskets and a little bit of utility, but it's really so pretty. Beautiful window treatment in there. We did a Roman shade and this awesome buffalo check, blue and white. It feels like you're at the beach. It feels nautical, but it's the laundry room. I mean, look at the wallpaper. It's a woven fabric. It looks like a chambray shirt or denim. It definitely feels like you're in a laundry room, but it's elegant. It's fancy, and it's a little bit fun. Across the hall from the laundry room, that's the spectacular pantry, the Downton Abbey pantry. So in there, we mimicked the same countertop. Ava chose this great subway tile. It had a dimensional to it. It's a cream that matched the cabinets. We repeated the gold handles. We did some other cabinets that had been existing, and we painted those all to match the new cabinets. That was a really a good example of how we could take what they had before and marry it with the new pieces that we were doing, and it looks seamless. You'd never know that the 2 sides of the room were done at different times. Now, further down the hallway, there used to be a home office. But with today's lifestyle, again, do you really want to work your home office where you're working day in and day out back by your laundry room and your pantry? So why not turn it into a dog room? This couple has the most adorable yellow labs, and they're huge and they're playful and they're messy and they shed and they have toys and their treats. So a lot of care and consideration went into this room. We decided to put tile a third of the way up from the bottom, like a wainscoting around, easy to wipe down. Can you imagine a dog getting a bath and going in there and shaking? We knew that it needed to be waterproof, at least on the bottom. We continued the tile from the hallway so that it all looked seamless. And then we found this fantastic, fun dog wallpaper for up above. Happens to be in navy blue and white, which is part of her color palette. And so it just fit like a glove. We added these super cute little Roman shades to the windows. Again, performance fabrics, so when the dogs shake, it's easy to wipe off. And we built in their kennels here. So there was a great company that made custom kennels for this client. We had the countertop put on above, and then we kept some of the upper storage that was there. That's where they can house the treats and the leashes. And I just think it turned out so cute. And the dogs are so happy. Every time we're there, they walk right into their little room and they go into their kennel. And I've never done a dog room before, but it's probably my favorite room in their house. The family room, the sitting area off of this kitchen. We had a lot to think about. When you have people over, they're usually trying to be in the kitchen, right? Kids are coming in from outside. We're going to build an outdoor barbecue and outdoor kitchen. Eventually, that's one of the other phases. So there were a lot of roles that this room had to play. Along with that, on that vacation where our client went and found all the washers and dryers, they had a sectional she just kept describing that had a really neat end to it that didn't sort of have a back. It wasn't an ottoman, it wasn't a chaise. It had kind of a cool shape, but it was fun and it was colorful, and her kids just lounged. All of them spent the entire vacation just lounging on it. We got our Milford from Norwalk Furniture, which is our absolute favorite frame, because they happen to have a chaise end that's got a nice curve to it, got a little bit of a back, but it adds this fun, unexpected shape to the sectional. We put a swivel chair in leather, totally durable. Kids coming in and out of the lake, they're not going to ruin it. And it can swivel. So now you've got guests that are there while you're cooking. Of course, they always do. Now they can swivel. They can be in the family room setting, but they're still with you in the kitchen. They still feel like they're part of the group. And then we put a cute little pattern chair over by the fireplace. This fireplace is huge. And we knew that the client wanted that marble, the white marble, to repeat on the fireplace. But we wanted the second half of it, the upper part. We weren't going to put a TV there. We didn't want to hang a lot of art because we had these other walls for art. So we took the same Carrara marble, but in a stacked stone. We did the smooth marble down below, the stacked stone up above, and then Kevin made one of his famous mantles. He put his heart and soul into it. Every little inch of that, he knows. It was fun hearing him describe it to the client when they installed it and showed him, look at this piece, look at this piece. This is my favorite part of this piece of wood. And it just really added to the whole design. It was an unexpected element. The last room in this hallway is a powder bath. And we had fun with this powder bath. This is one of the last rooms we designed. And after we'd gotten to know the client, like I said, we learned that she really had a whimsical side. And this back little bathroom had kind of just sort of been lost in the shuffle. And we thought, let's pay attention to this. Like you said, your family comes in this door. This is the first thing they see. This is where I'm sure when the kids come home from school, they're running in. That's the bathroom they're going to go use. So we chose this wallpaper, bright Kelly green with navy blue and white. It's got birds, it's got leaves, it's plants. It reminds me kind of like a preppy 1980s, cabana kind of a feel. A navy blue painted vanity with a white Carrara marble top. We added brass details or gold handles. These really cool gold sconces on either side with palm leaves to kind of bring in that whimsy, right? And this great gold mirror. The overall effect, I think, is just, it's fun. It's cute. It's unexpected. The window treatments are blue and white. It's sort of the reverse. You get this deep, saturated wall color, and then you have a light Roman shade that kind of softens the blow and gives your eyes a place to rest. But I just think this is a great little bathroom. We mimicked the floor as well. We did the same inset that's in the little foyer in the bathroom so that it ties it together. This is the big reveal. When she came in, her reaction is exactly what we had hoped, but also the reaction that we've come to expect from this client. I always joke again why she's our dream client, because every problem we solved, every idea we came up with, it wasn't just I like it. It was a yes. That's her favorite way to respond. And she didn't disappoint. The reveal, I think, just the sparkle in her eye. She was gritty from ear to ear. She knew the hard work we put into it. She knew all the time we'd spent. And that our heart was really right there along with her through the entire project. And the next day, she said that her and her husband just sat in that room all night, drinking wine, sitting by the fireplace, just enjoying, just soaking it all in. It's such a pleasure to work with her. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, you guys. We've got the dining room we're starting on next. We're going to do some really cool tricked out architectural things with the ceiling. And there's a wet bar that's built in there. We're doing the foyer. We're doing her son's room downstairs. I mean, this project's going to keep going. We're so honored to be working with this family. It's just a joy. This is why we become designers, is to work with families like this. I'm sure you can tell with me talking that we put a lot of thought into our designs. I think that's why this client came to us and connected with us, because we care. We care about your lifestyle. We care about, what does your family do? How do they use your space? This is your house. I always say, you're going to wake up and eat breakfast here, not me. This has to reflect you. Every little detail is thought out. One of the benefits of using a designer and having us help. We're not just trying to force things on you that we like. We really take into consideration what you need. That's far more important. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and following along, and I hope you'll stay tuned for the other chapters of this design. Please follow us, subscribe, go and like us on YouTube and our Facebook page, and then come in and see us at First Domain Design Market in Buffalo.